Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League for our Sunday evening challenge. We're with the League 4 guys. We are in France at the Circuit de St Croix, and we are on the B8B layout. This is race 2 of this evening, and this one is a mandatory pit stop, so a change of tyres are required. Now, I can't remember if they are softs or mediums and hards. We shall find out as we go along. In race 1, we saw Wayne G take the win with Scott just behind him in second and Harry Poppins in third. Now, this is a bit of a reverse grid. It's a bit of a strange one. The first 8 reverse and go to the back of the grid. And then the second 8 they reverse, but the top of the grid. Yeah, makes sense to somebody. So we'll have a rundown anyway of the grid, and then we'll get this race underway, shall we? So as you can see, Captain Slow is now on pole position with Hoppers just behind him in second. Castruan is third. DB is fourth. Phaser is fifth, and I do want to say thank you to Phaser for sharing the replays. Hoppers normally does it, but there was a bit of a technical issue with Hoppers sharing, so thank you to Phaser for doing it as a backup. I do appreciate that. Ninky Noo is in 6th, Enzo Jack is 7th, Aussie Rooster 8th, Pete is 9th, 10th is Bazza, Brownie is 11th, 12th is Harry Poppins, Scott is 13th, and winner of the previous race all the way down now at the back, 14th is Wayne G. So we will get this race underway, shall we? So race 2 of the evening around the Circuit de St Croix on the B layout, 4.5 miles, 14 turns around this fictional French lake. So down towards turn 1 we go. We'll have a look at the tyres in a minute. You can see Captain Slow is on the mediums. Hoppers, I thought Hoppers was going to be putting a challenge in there straight away at turn 1. Castruan is having a bit of a battle with Hoppers as well. So Hoppers and Castruan going side by side. DB has decided to pull up there as well. So he's going to have a look. We've got about a 3 or 4 car battle as we're going into turn 2 and 3. Side by side. Oh, and DB getting a little bit out of sorts. Let me just go back and have a look. I just took my eye off that for a split second, and I could see DB wobbling all over the place. Oops, where is he? There he is. That was the contact. Well, I'm not sure. There may have been a little bit of a touch there with Phaser. I'm not sure. Everybody's still going though. DB does a good job to recover. Harry Poppins goes up the inside of DB, so Harry Poppins moves up to 8th or not, or 7th. Oh, I don't know. It's all going so quickly. Let's go back up to the top, shall we, and work our way down. Castruan has managed to pull out and make a little bit of a lead to Captain Slow. Hoppers has dropped down to 3rd, although he's under attack from Enzo Jack as they go across the bridge. Bazza has moved up to 5th, and he's also looking at attacking Hoppers. Enzo Jack going to go round the outside as they come towards turn 7 at the end of the bridge. Hoppers just having to slow down to try and avoid everybody into that turn, and seems to be going backwards. He is getting properly mugged as he came off of the bridge there. Hoppers drops to 7th. Captain Slow into second. Oh, Captain Slow has caught the barrier. What a disaster for Captain Slow. Let's just see what happened. He is in second place. Castruan just ahead of him. We've got Enzo Jack, Hoppers and Bazza all fighting it out behind him, so no real pressure. Captain Slow, what happened here? Did he just catch the barrier? Yes, he did. He just caught the barrier, and that has flipped him round. That is so unlucky for Captain Slow. And he is now having to wait for everybody to go flying past him before he can return. So Castruan, pressure off a little bit as he leads us up towards turn 10 for the first time in this race. Enzo Jack has made his way up into second. Harry Poppins Well, what a great race he's having. He's alongside Bazza, but in third at the minute. Bazza, well, all over the back of Harry Poppins into fourth. Brownie is in fifth. Aussie Rooster in sixth. He's got Ninky Noo all over the back of him in seventh. Scott is in eighth. Then we've got Hoppers. He's having a bit of a fight it out with DB and Pete. Phaser's in there as well. All very tight and messy in this first lap. Wayne G just sitting there in 13th. He's watching it all unfold in front of him. Somebody going very wide there. It was Phaser. So Phaser now down into 13th as Wayne G moves up to 12th. Back up to our race leader. We'll have a look at the tyres, shall we? Castrian has gone for the soft tyres. Now the pit window is going to be open at the end of lap 4. And you've got to the end of lap 8, so it is between 4 and 8. The guys will have to make a pit stop and change the tyres, and it does look like it is softs and mediums that have to be used. Castrian has gone out on the softs, which is why he's managed to open up a little bit of a gap. Enzo Jack chasing him down, also on the softs. Harry Poppins, also on the softs, has moved up to third, although he's got Bazza and Frowny pushing him along. Bazza and Frowny both on the softs as well, so the top 5 guys all gone with the soft tyres. Frowny absolutely underneath Bazza's rear end as they go across the bridge down towards turn 7. Harry Poppins just ahead in third, but it looks like Frowny and Bazza are the ones fighting it out as Frowny goes to go around the outside. Bazza hugging that inside line. Oh, now Frowny just got squeezed a little bit there, managed to avoid the barrier though. Has dropped into 5th. A great battle he's having with Bazza. Car length opened up though between Bazza and Frowny. Scott, he's hanging in there as well. He's in 6th. He's on the softs. Aussie Rooster, he was the first of the medium tyres, in 7th position. Now Aussie Rooster should be able to go a little bit further into the race as well, so he knows all the guys ahead of him are going to have to stop first. Pete also on the mediums, he is in 8th. Wayne G has chosen to go with the mediums as well. Made his way up into 9th. Remember, he started in 14th. DB down on 10th. All of these guys, it looks like, are on the medium tyres as well. Phaser in 11th. Ninky Noo 12th. Hoppers 13th. And then Captain Slow in 14th. So yeah, excuse me, it is the first 5 guys. 6 guys. Yeah, the first 6 are on the softs, and the next 8 are all on the mediums. So it just shows you the difference between the tyres. So we've had a change of lead. Let's just pop back and see when that was. And it is Enzo Jack. Through turn 9 they go. Enzo Jack keeps on the inside of Castrian. Into turn 10. A little bit later on the brakes was Enzo Jack, manages to get round and get that move done. Castrian drops into 2nd. He's got Harry Poppins for company now. Around turn 11 and 12. Castrian trying to defend against Harry Poppins. Down the hill, head towards turn 14. Castrian trying to take the inside line. Harry Poppins, it looks like, has got by though, side by side. Oh, through to 14. And everybody gets through. So Castrian still in 2nd, Harry Poppins in 3rd. Although he is now door to door with Castrian. Then we've got Brownie and Bazza also going door to door almost into turn 1. Harry Poppins, he's on a proper door bashing session. He's getting stuck in the middle of everybody, isn't he? Harry Poppins getting properly boxed in. Castrian in 3rd. Brownie has moved up into 2nd. Bazza is 4th. Harry Poppins down in 5th. As they're going through turn 3. Let's go on board, shall we, with Harry Poppins. Bazza and Castrian having a bit of a thump. Harry Poppins right underneath Bazza now. He can have a look at going down the inside as we go through turn 4, but as we get to the bottom of the hill, and Scott's gone through as well. So through turn 5 into 6 and then onto the bridge. Scott went through. I think that caught Harry Poppins out a little bit. He wasn't expecting that. Aussie Rooster back in 7th, but a little way off. Castrian having a little fight with Bazza. Mary Poppins now decides he's going to show Scott what his intention is, and that is to go up the inside as we go through turn 7. Oh, and he gets it done. Scott now down to 6. He had nowhere else to really go. He had to ease off. Castrian in 4th, which is Harry Poppins' next target. A good exit out of turn 8. Oh, just missing that bit of barrier there, and Harry Poppins looks like he's going to get the move done on Castrian, or is he? He's trying to pick up the slipstream of Bazza, which will help him get by Castrian, but Harry Poppins has just caught straight up to the back of Bazza instead. And now Harry Poppins has got on the inside of Bazza. Is he going to defend it, Bazza? I think he is. He is defending it. Where is Castrian? Oh, there's Castrian. He's had to give the place up to Harry Poppins and gone to 5th. Harry Poppins still trying to fight with Bazza. Bazza in 3rd at the minute as they go around these final turns through turn 12, 13. Don't get on the grass too far. Up towards 14 we go. Castrian in 5th. Bazza in 3rd, just ahead. A good exit here, and that's what Harry Poppins has got. He's got in the slipstream, and he's got by. So Harry Poppins now moves up into 3rd. Bazza drops into 4th with Castrian 5th, and Scott back there in 6th. Castrian, have a look up the inside. Fantastic racing from these 4 guys. Oh, Castrian gets a little bit out of sorts through turn 1, and that has cost him. He's dropped down to 6th now. Scott in 5th, Bazza in 4th. Well, let's go up to the top, shall we? Enzo Jack out in front. Brownie is 2nd. Harry Poppins is 3rd. So it is the 2 Marlborough guys leading the way in race 2. Now, the pit window will be open at the end of this lap, so you will probably start seeing the guys on the medium tyres coming in, unless they're going to stay out a little bit longer. Obviously the guys on soft tyres will want to go as far as they can into this race to get the best out of those tyres. The medium tyres, well, they're pretty good tyres, but they're not as good as softs, obviously. So we might see the medium tyre guys coming in. I don't know, I'm not sure. We were on the hard tyres, which were bloody awful. I mean, it wanted to get rid of them as quick as we possibly could. In League 1, it may be a different story for the guys here in League 4 on the medium tyres, because the medium tyres are not that bad. As the 2 Marlborough guys try and pull away and get as much distance as they can between themselves and Harry Poppins in 3rd. Harry Poppins, though, has got his own problems to think about. He is trying to get away from Scott and Bazza, and while Scott and Bazza are having a bit of a fight, Harry Poppins can do that. The Bazza in 5th, Castrian in 6th still, just dropping off a little bit, but he is there. Having a great race is Castrian, he's loving it out there, isn't he? We're on lap 4 of 12 in this race 2. Oh, as Bazza and Castrian both getting on the grass. Now you've got to be careful, you can have dirty tyres. Castrian's teammate for Castrol, Aussie Rooster in 7th, he's catching up to Castrian. Then we've got Pete in 8th. DB, he's down in 9th. He's decided he's going to come into the pits. Fazer in 10th. Yeah, DB into the pit. Wayne G also in the pits as well. He's going to get rid of those medium tyres, get onto some softs, and then try and get some decent laps in. But Wayne G all the way down in 12th at the minute. Then we've got Hoppers in 13th with Captain Slow in 14th. Captain Slow decided he's had enough and he's coming into the pits as well. Don't do what I did, guys, and get yourself a 3-second penalty. Coming out, Frowny and Enzo Jack, though, leading the way at the minute. Across the bridge they go with Harry Poppins and Scott. Well, not that far behind now. Harry Poppins has got Scott pushing him along. Then we've got a couple of car lengths gap back to Bazza, as it looks like Scott He's trying to have a look at the inside of Harry Poppins, and he gets it done. So Harry Poppins drops to 4th with Scott in 3rd, although they are side by side. Harry Poppins on the inside as they're going through turn 8. A good exit's what we need here. Bazza just sitting in 5th, waiting for one of them to make a mistake, but Bazza has pulled the trigger and he's moved out. Now we have 3 wide. Down the hill we go. What a fantastic shot that is. All 3 cars down towards turn 9. Is any of them going to give in? No. Scott got a little bit of a bump there. Still on the track though. We cannot go surely 3 wide into turn 10. No, we can't. We're going to try and go 2. Oh, Bazza just gets it done. So Bazza, I think Bazza went wide. Let's just go back and have another look. I think Bazza went a little bit wide. 3 wide into turn 9. Fantastic. Down towards turn 10, Bazza thought he'd got this move done. Harry Poppins has a bit of a look up the inside. Harry Poppins gets into a good position, and Bazza he couldn't get the car slowed down enough. Got onto the gravel, and that allowed Harry Poppins and Scott to go through. So Bazza back down to 5th. All that hard work undone in one turn. He's straight back on it though, isn't he? As Harry Poppins and Scott are still fighting it out for that 3rd podium spot as we go up through turn 14. Scott now in 3rd. Harry Poppins in 4th. Oh, and Scott has decided to come into the pit, so Scott is pitting. He's going on to the medium tyres. Harry Poppins has stayed out. Bazza has stayed out. Castrian moves up to 5th. Pete is in 6th. Need a bit of a drink. Basil is in 7th. And then just coming out of the pits is Scott on a brand new set of soft tyres. Aussie Rooster also out on a brand new set of softs. DB in 10th. Wayne G's out. He's on the soft tyres now in 11th. Ninky New, he's just coming out of the pits. Hoppers has just gone in, and then Captain Slow is in 14th. He is on a fresh set of softs as well. So back up to the top, the guys that haven't pitted yet are Frowny and Enzo Jack in 1st and 2nd as they just come to the end of the bridge and into turn 7. They've got to pit before the end of lap 8. But they're looking okay at the minute, especially tyre wise. There's no real problem there. What lap we're on? We're on lap 6, so a couple of laps yet. So guys don't have to pit. Harry Poppins in 3rd, also yet to make a stop. Bazza, another one who's not stopped yet, also on the softs. He's desperately trying to get down that hill and catch up to the back of Harry Poppins again. Bazza have been in the thick of it for most of this race. Then we've got Castrian in 5th. He's now got Pete all over him. Pete having a proper look at Castrian, trying to put the pressure on. And Pete on it looks like a fresh set of medium tyres. No, it's not a fresh set of medium tyres, is it? It's just medium tyres. So Pete and Castrian almost side by side as they go around turn 12 and 13. Try not to go too far to the right out of turn 13. Pete all over the back of Castrian into turn 14. Keeping it nice and tight. Both decided to stay out as Pete takes a good chunk of grass. Hopefully those tyres will clean off a little bit before they get to turn 1. Now is Pete going to have a look? Let's jump on board with Pete. He's going to have a look at Castrian into turn 1. Pete takes a much tighter line, using a lot more of the track than Castrian does. Through turn 2. And then into 3. Now a good exit out of turn 3 can get you a good run as you go down the hill to through turns 4 and into 5 before you get onto the bridge, and that's exactly what Pete's trying to do. He's gone alongside Castrian now to turn 4. He's backed out, hasn't he? Sensibly as well. So So maybe he's looking for a decent exit through turn 6 and onto the bridge. And is he going to make a move on Castrian at the end of the bridge into turn 7? We'll just follow them through this next turn. And Pete, he's just getting frustrated by Castrian. He's just having to sit there, isn't he, at the minute? But these two are having their own little race in 5th and 6th. Then we've got Scott in 7th, Fazer 8th, Aussie Rooster, Wayne G in 10th, DB, Ninky New, Captain Slow and Hoppers in 14th. So up at the top, Frowny. Well, what's happened to Enzo Jack? We've missed something. How far back we're going to go? What's happened to Enzo Jack? So through turn 2 we go. And 3. Oh, he couldn't slow down. And he's hit barrier. And Harry Poppins is on him straight away. Enzo Jack has got damage to the front, and Harry Poppins is saying, get out of my way, I'm having that second spot. A mistake from Enzo Jack has cost him dearly there, as Harry Poppins go through to second. And now Bazza, he fancies a bit of that as well, although he's getting himself all over the grass. But he fancied a bit of Enzo Jack. So Bazza on the chase. Now these guys not pitted yet. So we are on lap 7. We've got this lap and the next lap to go, and then they've got to pit at the end of the next lap. So Frowny now out in front on his own. A bit of a decent gap. It's not massive, but it's a decent gap back to Harry Poppins. But Harry Poppins is on a proper charge now. Enzo Jack in 3rd. He's calmed down a little bit. Bazza in 4th. The fastest lap, Wayne G. So Wayne G on the new soft tyres. He's coming after you, boys. You better get your skates on. Castrian is in 5th. He's still having this little fight with Peter. Pete in 6th. Pete having another look at turn 10 at Castrian. Can't quite get it done though, can he? These two having a great battle though. Pete trying to go up the inside of Castrian again. Castrian shuts the door on him. Through turn 11, 12 and 13. Trying not to hit the barrier. Both kept it on track. And now we see the race leader, Frowny, is in. Harry Poppins has decided to stay out for another lap. Bazza has stayed out as well. So I'm not sure undercut and overcut and all that is going to come into play. But Frowny was the first to pull the trigger out of these guys up at the front. So he's in, fresh set of medium tyres, and back out again in 3rd. Harry Poppins is leading this race at the minute, but he hasn't stopped yet. Bazza, he is in 2nd, also hasn't stopped. Frowny, who has stopped, is not that far behind actually. That was a really quick pit stop for Frowny. He's out on the medium tyres. Scott is in 4th. Enzo Jack is in 5th. Enzo Jack has made his stop as well. He's out on the mediums. Then we've got Aussie Rooster in 6th. Wayne G made his way up to 7th now. Wayne G with the current fastest lap of 2:19.9. He is on lap 8. So 4 laps to go if Wayne G wants to get up there amongst the leaders. DB down in 8th. Fazer 9th. Then we've got Castrian and Pete, Ninky New, Captain Slow, and then Hoppers down in 14th as Captain Slow goes by Hoppers at turn 1. So back up to the sharp end, and it is Harry Poppins heading up towards turn 10. Now he's got to pit at the end of this lap. So has Bazza. So Frowny, who has just come through turn 9, so Frowny should retake the lead. He's not that far behind the 2 guys in front of him. He knows though they've got to stop. and they will be coming out on the medium tyres as well. So Frowny who's changed his tyres the lap before onto the mediums. Just coming through turn 13 now, as the two guys in front just exit turn 14, and they will come into the pits. There's Harry Poppins gone in. Bazza is in, so Frowny around turn 14, he's going to retake the lead of this race too. So that pit stop, just that one lap earlier, has paid off nicely for Frowny. So Harry Poppins back out on a fresh set of medium tyres in second place. Bazza out in third. Enzo Jack is fourth. After a slight mistake from Enzo Jack, cost him dearly, let Harry Poppins through. As proved, he's also let Bazza through as well. So Enzo Jack in fourth, then Aussie Rooster is fifth, Wayne G. Now Wayne G is on the soft tyres, so all the guys, well apart from Aussie Rooster, but the front four are all now on medium tyres. Aussie Rooster then leading the charge of the softs. We've got 3 laps to go, and Aussie Rooster has got by Enzo Jack. So Aussie Rooster now has moved up into fourth position. A great move from Aussie Rooster to get himself into fourth as they go through turn 6 onto the bridge. Ooh. Enzo Jack just teasing the barrier. He's got right underneath the bumper of Aussie Rooster. Let's go on board with Enzo Jack as we head towards the end of the bridge and turn 7. You can just see Wayne G there creeping up behind as Enzo Jack tries to get a little bit closer to Aussie Rooster. If we can get through turn 8, get a good exit. Oh, and I think Aussie Rooster seems to have not took that corner that well. Enzo Jack had to brake just to avoid the collision, but as they head down the hill now, Enzo Jack pulls to the inside. Lets Aussie Rooster know early what he wants to do. Up towards turn 10, and I just think Aussie Rooster has just got a little bit more pace with the soft tyres, although Enzo Jack's on the inside. Still side by side through turn 10. Aussie Rooster comes out on top in fourth position. All the while Wayne G has managed to get right onto the back of Enzo Jack. So Enzo Jack has now got to concentrate on trying to defend against Wayne G instead of catching up with Aussie Rooster, which is what he wanted to do. And Wayne G is on the soft tyres. Through turn 14 we go. Wayne will be looking for a great exit out of here, try and get a move done before turn 1. Enzo Jack also thinking the same thing as he gets closer and closer to Aussie Rooster. I'm not so sure he's close enough to get a move done though. Let's have a look into turn 1. They go, oh! That was close. I really thought that Enzo Jack was going to take the back end of Aussie Rooster's car off, and we can just see in the mirrors it looks like Wayne G is making a move, and he is. Through turn 2 they went. Enzo Jack still on the inside though. Wayne G going to go the long way round, and he has got his nose in front. Not much Enzo Jack can do about this as Wayne G finds himself on the inside as we go down the hill through turn 4. Enzo Jack is just going to have to try and stick on the bumper of Wayne G as they threw turn 6 onto the bridge again. Wayne G got the move done, and he's now concentrating on the back of Aussie Rooster. So back up to our race leader for a second or two. Frowny out in front. He has got a decent gap back to Harry Poppins in second. He likewise has got a good gap back then to Bazza. And then if Bazza looks in the mirror, he's going to be looking at those yellow headlights of Aussie Rooster's car. Wayne G in 5th with Enzo Jack in 6th. So they all head down the hill now towards turn 9 for the 10th time. So about 2.5 laps to go to the end of this second race. And at the minute, Frowny looks like he's got it wrapped up. Scott is in 7th, DB is 8th. Then we've got Castrian, Ninky Noo, Baza, all very spread out at the back here. Pete down in 12th, Captain Slow 13th, with Hoppers in 14th. Brownie, however, looking very comfortable at the minute, out in front as he starts lap 11. Harry Poppins just across the line now to start his 11th lap. Baza in 3rd, Aussie Rooster a lot closer to Baza as we go into turn 1. Wayne G getting closer and closer as well to Aussie Rooster. He's hoping that Aussie Rooster and Baza will start trying to fight, which will slow them down a little bit and enable him to catch up, and that's exactly what's happening. Aussie Rooster putting a challenge in on Baza. Oh, and who was that went very wide? It was Enzo Jack. Oh, whoa, Enzo Jack, what happened? Into turn 3. And it just, I don't know if he clipped the grass, if he couldn't slow it down. Oh, that's cruel. Across and a kiss with barrier, and then he's got to try and reverse and get back on the track. That is so unlucky for Enzo Jack. That has dropped him down to 7th. You've just seen Scott go through to take that 6th position. But just up ahead, whoa, while all that was happening, Wayne G has managed to get by Aussie Rooster. So Wayne G currently in 5th as we watch this bit of action. Aussie Rooster and Baza were fighting it out, and we did say, didn't we, that that's exactly what Wayne G wants. As Wayne G gets himself on the inside of Aussie Rooster as they go down the hill through turn 4, and Wayne G gets the move done just before they get to turn 5, which is exactly what he wanted. So through turn 6 and onto the bridge, Aussie Rooster fights back and tries to go side by side with Wayne G. Ends up having to slot in behind him, try and pick up the slipstream to help him pick up a bit of speed down towards turn 7. They go. Wayne G now focused entirely on the back end of Baza. As we go through turn 6, Baza having a bit of a scrape with the wall. That's going to slow him down slightly. Aussie Rooster fighting back with Wayne G though. Aussie Rooster trying to go around the outside. Wayne G hugging that inside line. Doesn't want to let Aussie Rooster in. Aussie Rooster trying to get right underneath Wayne G and picking up the slipstream. He's almost got a double slip from Baza and Wayne G in front of him. Wayne G defending hard. He's taking the inside line. He thought the move was done on Aussie Rooster, but Aussie Rooster is saying, no, I want that place back. Through turn 10 they go. Still Wayne G in 4th, Aussie Rooster 5th, Baza in 3rd. Baza will be enjoying this little fight these two are having. Might just enable him to open up a bit of a gap between himself and Wayne G. As we go towards turn 14, Wayne G and Aussie Rooster still fighting it out. Baza, he's just desperately trying to get away from them, isn't he? And across the line to start the final lap. So we will have a rundown. Frowny out in front at the minute. Harry Poppins is 2nd. Then we've got Baza in 3rd. Wayne G is 4th. Aussie Rooster 5th. Scott in 6th. Then we've got Enzo Jack, DB, Castrian in 9th, Baza 10th, then Ninky Noo, Pete, Captain Slow in 13th with Hoppers in 14th. Brownie out on his own, Harry Poppins also on his own in 2nd. The fight for 3rd between Baza, Wayne G and Aussie Rooster is still going strong in the final lap. Baza just managing to hold on to that podium spot at the minute. As we go onto the bridge for the final time, Wayne G desperately trying to get closer to Baza. Now Baza on the medium tyres, Wayne G is on the softs, although they are looking quite worn. Into turn 7 they go, Wayne G. Oh, and he's hit the barrier, and Baza's gone, but what's happened here? they seem to follow each other. We're going to have to watch that again. Now, we will watch it from Bazza's point of view. We're coming across the bridge into turn 7. We just see Harry Poppins, or the rear lights of Harry Poppins up ahead. Now, Bazza goes through, and he gets a little bit sideways and out of sort. Wayne G just seems to follow him. We'll go back to see what... I really don't know what to make of this. Bazza just seemed to drift around the corner, and Wayne G, I think he caught Wayne G out, and he had a bit of a kiss with the barrier. That's allowed Aussie Rooster to get right up alongside Wayne G and take the position away from him. Wayne G is fighting back and has managed to get himself back in front of Aussie Rooster. So Wayne G moves up to 3rd, Aussie Rooster 4th, and Bazza will be absolutely furious with himself for that mistake coming out of turn 7. Now we're going to go back up to Fanning and just have a look where he is, because he will be crossing the line very shortly. He's through turn 13, up towards turn 14 for the very last time for Frowney. It's been a great race for him and a great victory as well, so well done Frowney. A flash of the lights, and yeah, absolutely, why not? Frowney across the line to take the win. Then Harry Poppins is going to come home in 2nd, he'll be pleased with that. Aussie Rooster is 3rd. Is he going to hold on to it? Yes, it looks like he is. A fantastic podium spot for Aussie Rooster, well done. Wayne G in 4th, Bazza in 5th after that mistake. Scott is going to come across the line in 6th. Enzo Jack 7th. DB across the line for 8th, with Castrian and Fazer fighting it out for 9th. It looks like Castrian's going to get there just ahead of Fazer. So that's 9th and 10th for Castrian and Fazer. Ninky Noo across the line in 11th. And then we've got Captain Slow and Pete and Hoppers bringing up the rear. So we're just going to jump them guys forward a little bit so we can see who's finished. Captain Slow comes across the line for 12th. Pete gets 13th. And then Hopper's just not been Hopper's night here in France. So he'll be glad to see the back of this one, I'm sure. So Hopper's going to finish in 14th. So if I can just find my bit of paper, we are going to, I believe, Italy next week at Lago Maggiore. We are on a reverse circuit as well. So yeah, it should be some fantastic racing to be had there. Thank you very much for washing? Well, thank you for washing, but thanks for watching. If you did like this, please hit that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed, if you could do so, I really would appreciate it. And I look forward to catching up with you all next week, as I say, when we are at Lago Maggiore reverse track. Catch you all soon.